much of our sessions practicing words such as go, stop, fast, and slow while swinging. I loved modeling the word fast on Oliver's device and pushing him as high as I could. Oliver would squeal and throw his head back in laughter, savoring every second of the increased speed. It was impossible for anyone to watch him without smiling. His pure joy lit up the entire room. Oliver tapped one of the 60 icons on his tablet, which opened a new page of word choices. He traced the brightly colored rows with his index finger before pausing over a single square. When Oliver pressed it, the synthesized voice said, "Rice." "Rice?" I paused. Oliver and I were in the middle of a gym, not a kitchen. Rice was about the last thing I expected him to say. "Eat rice at lunch?" I asked. After I said each word, I pushed the corresponding button on his tablet. The best way for Oliver to learn how to use his talker was to see other people using it as well. Oliver grunted and kicked his legs in frustration. That was not what he was trying to say. I glanced at my watch. 4:35. "Maybe you want rice for dinner after therapy," I said. Eat rice?" Oliver swatted my hand away, then repeated himself. "Rice, rice." Oliver said rice in our session last week too, but I did not really think anything of it. Since there was no rice around, I chalked it up to Oliver exploring new vocabulary. He had only had this communication device for a few months, and it can take a while before kids start using words intentionally on their own. They need time to explore words and to see and hear their communication system in use before they can be expected to talk with it. It's like how babies need to hear people using language for a whole year before they start saying words on their own. Now that I knew Oliver saying rice was not an isolated occurrence, I modeled everything I could think of that was related to rice. I used Oliver's device to try a variety of phrases. Was Oliver trying to tell me he was hungry and wanted to eat rice? Was he trying to say he liked rice? What if he hates rice and was trying to tell me it is bad? I modeled rice good, rice bad, like eat rice, all done eat rice, Oliver eat rice, school eat rice, everything I could possibly think of. Each time I tried a new phrase, I paused to assess his reaction. Oliver understood much more than he could say. His receptive language skills were significantly greater than his expressive language skills. If I said the right phrase he was trying to communicate, he would get excited. It reminded me of how I felt when trying to say a word in French years after I learned it in high school. If I read the word or heard someone say it, I would know what it meant. But it was so much harder for me to come up with the word on my own. That's because my French receptive language skills were much higher than my French expressive language skills. Oliver ripped his headphones off and threw them to the ground. He rattled the swing, knocking my clipboard off it while grunting. It's okay. We're okay. You sound mad, Oliver," I said. I held the device in front of him and modeled mad. I needed to redirect him before things got worse. The fastest way to do that was to start swinging. No matter what was going on, Oliver always loved to swing. This is true for a lot of children with autism. The rocking motion helped regulate his sensory system. Within a minute of using all my body weight to propel Oliver as high as possible, he returned to his giggly self. I fixed the situation for now so we could salvage our session, but did not truly solve the problem. Why is Oliver saying rice? And why is Oliver getting so mad when I tried talking about rice? Oliver was one of the many children on my caseload learning how to use a communication device to talk. Communication devices are a form of augmentative and alternative communication, AAC. AAC is a fantastic tool that gives people with severe